Ethan had learned a long time ago that coincidences were dangerous, especially the kind that arrived at exactly the right moment. That was why, when Olivia Carter stepped out of her black luxury SUV on a rainy Monday morning and nearly slipped on the wet pavement, Ethan didn't immediately think about her beauty. He thought about the security cameras, the blind spot near the entrance, the two men standing across the street, and the black sedan that had passed the building 3 times in 12 minutes. He noticed everything. That was the problem with being trained to notice everything. You never truly stopped. To the rest of the world, Ethan Cole was a single father who worked as a mechanic. 38 years old. Quiet. Hardworking. Always tired. He lived with his 7-year-old daughter, Mia, in a modest apartment above a grocery store. He drove an aging pickup truck. He wore inexpensive shirts. He packed Mia's lunches every morning. He went to parent-teacher meetings. He paid bills late sometimes. He looked like an ordinary man trying to keep his life together. That was exactly how he wanted it. Because 5 years earlier, Ethan's life had been anything but ordinary. He had worked undercover for a federal task force that specialized in financial crimes and organized networks. His assignments had taken him across the country. He had used false names. He had lived in temporary apartments. He had spent months pretending to be someone he wasn't. Then his wife died. Mia was only 2 years old. Ethan looked at his daughter and realized he couldn't keep living in a world where one phone call could mean he might never come home. So he disappeared. He left the task force. He became a mechanic. He became a father first. And for the first time in years, life became simple. Or at least, he thought it had. Then one evening, his old handler appeared at the garage. Ethan immediately knew something was wrong. The man stood beside a black sedan and watched him finish repairing a customer's vehicle. "You look different," the handler said. Ethan wiped his hands. "You look the same. I need a favor." "No. You haven't heard it yet. I don't care." The handler lowered his voice. "Olivia Carter." Ethan's expression changed. Everyone knew that name. Olivia Carter was the 35-year-old CEO of Carter Dynamics, a technology and logistics empire founded by her father. Her company had contracts with some of the largest corporations in the country. She was wealthy, powerful, and constantly surrounded by security. "She has a leak," the handler said. "Hire an investigator." "We did, and they disappeared." Ethan stared at him. "That sounds like your problem." The handler handed him a file. Ethan didn't open it. "I don't do this anymore." "You do when your daughter's future is involved." Ethan's eyes hardened. "What does that mean?" "There are people connected to this case who know about you." Silence. The handler continued. "They know you have a daughter." Ethan finally took the file. "What do you want?" "Get close to Olivia." Ethan frowned. "Why me?" "Because she trusts people who look harmless." Ethan almost laughed. "And I'm harmless?" To her. The handler stepped closer. "Find out who's stealing from her company." "How long?" "Until we know." Ethan opened the file. The first photograph showed Olivia standing outside a corporate event. The second showed her entering a private residence. The third showed a man Ethan recognized immediately. His stomach tightened. "That man is dangerous." "We know." "Then why is he near her?" "That's what you're going to find out." Ethan closed the folder. "And if she discovers who I am?" The handler looked at him. "Don't let that happen." Ethan hated the assignment. But he accepted. Not for money. Not for the government. For Mia. The next morning, he walked into Carter Dynamics wearing a faded work jacket. He had been hired as a maintenance contractor. His cover was perfect. At least, that's what he thought. Olivia was standing near the reception desk when he arrived. She was wearing a dark blue suit. Her hair was pulled back. She was arguing with a security guard. "You can't fire him," Ethan said. Olivia turned. The guard looked confused. Ethan pointed toward the man's wrist. "His wrist is injured." Olivia frowned. "What?" Ethan stepped closer. "Look at the swelling." The guard glanced down. Ethan continued. "He probably twisted it lifting something." Olivia looked at Ethan. "You're the new contractor?" "Yes." "What exactly do you do?" "Fix things." She studied him. "You notice things." Ethan shrugged. "Occupational habit." Olivia smiled. "Interesting." Then she walked away. Ethan watched her disappear into the elevator. His instincts immediately activated. She had looked at him too long. She had asked too many questions. But then he dismissed the thought. He was there to investigate her, not the other way around. Over the next few weeks, Ethan became a familiar face around Carter Dynamics. He repaired doors, checked electrical systems, fixed broken security equipment, and quietly observed everything. He noticed employees who stayed late. He noticed who entered restricted areas. He noticed unusual financial reports left on desks. And most importantly, he noticed Olivia. She wasn't what he expected. She wasn't arrogant. She didn't mistreat employees. She personally thanked the cleaning staff. She remembered people's names. She once spent 20 minutes helping an elderly receptionist carry boxes. One afternoon, Ethan watched Olivia hand her umbrella to an employee who had forgotten hers. The employee looked shocked. "You'll get wet." Olivia smiled. "I have a driver." Ethan looked away. He didn't want to admire her. That wasn't part of the assignment. Then Olivia started doing something even more dangerous. She started talking to him. Not about business. About life. One evening, she found him sitting alone in the parking garage. "You're still here?" "Finishing something." She leaned against the wall. "You always work late." "So do you." "I own the company." "So?" She laughed. "You're difficult. People tell me that. What do you do when you're not fixing things?" Ethan hesitated. "Take care of my daughter." "You have a daughter?" "Yes." "How old?" 7. Olivia smiled. "What's her name?" "Mia." "What is she like?" "Everything she shouldn't." Olivia laughed. "That sounds like a 7-year-old. Ethan smiled. "She likes chocolate, drawing, and asking questions." "What kind of questions?" "Questions I don't know how to answer." "Like?" He thought for a moment. "Why did her mother leave?" Olivia's smile disappeared. "I'm sorry." Ethan nodded. "She didn't leave." Olivia understood. "Oh, she died." "I didn't mean." "You didn't know?" Olivia looked at him. "Does Mia remember her?" "Not much." "That must be hard." "It is." Ethan looked away. "But she keeps me going." Olivia was silent. Then she said, "I think that's what children do." He looked at her. "What?" "They give you a reason to keep going when you don't have one." Their eyes met. Something shifted. Neither mentioned it. But Ethan felt it. And that frightened him. Because he was beginning to care about Olivia. Not as a target. As a person. Then Olivia met Mia. It happened accidentally. Ethan had promised to pick Mia up after school. He arrived at Carter Dynamics with his daughter because he had to repair a security system before leaving. Mia sat in the lobby drawing pictures. Olivia walked out of the elevator. She stopped when she saw the little girl. "Who is this?" Mia looked up. "My dad." Olivia smiled. "I know." Mia looked at Ethan. "Is she your boss?" "Yes." Mia studied Olivia. Then she asked, "Are you rich?" Ethan nearly choked. "Mia." Olivia burst out laughing. "A little." Mia nodded thoughtfully. "Do you have a swimming pool?" "Yes." "A big one?" "Very." Mia looked at her father. "Dad, why don't we have one?" Ethan sighed. "Because your father isn't a billionaire." Olivia laughed again. Mia smiled. "I like her." Ethan looked embarrassed. "You don't even know her." "I know enough." Olivia crouched beside Mia. "What do you like to draw?" "Houses." "Why?" "Because Dad says someday we'll have a bigger one." Olivia looked at Ethan. He smiled. "Someday." Mia held up her drawing. "This is our house." Olivia examined it. "It's beautiful." Mia pointed to a small figure. "That's Dad." Then another figure. "That's Mom." Olivia's smile faded. "And that's me." Mia looked at the picture. Then she added another person. Olivia asked, "Who's that?" Mia shrugged. "Maybe you." Ethan froze. "Mia." "What?" "Stop embarrassing me." Olivia laughed softly. "She's adorable." That night, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about her. He knew he was crossing a line. He knew the mission required distance. But every day, the distance became harder to maintain. Then one evening, Olivia called him. "Are you busy?" "Yes." "Can I ask you something?" "Sure." "Do you trust me?" Ethan stared at his phone. The question hit him harder than she could have known. "I don't know." She laughed softly. "Honest." "You?" "I think I do." Ethan closed his eyes. That was the problem. She trusted him. And he was lying to her. A few days later, Olivia invited him to her home. They sat outside under the stars. She told him about her father. About growing up in a family where money could solve almost every problem except the ones that mattered. Ethan told her about Mia. About the fear of raising a child alone. About waking up every night to check whether she was breathing. Olivia looked at him. "You're a good father." Ethan smiled. "I try." "You don't have to try so hard." He looked at her. "What do you mean?" "You're allowed to be happy too." He didn't answer. She moved closer. Their eyes met. Ethan knew he should leave. Instead, he kissed her. The moment their lips touched, he knew everything had changed. He pulled away. I shouldn't have done that. Olivia looked at him. Why? Because I'm supposed to be watching you. Her expression changed. Ethan realized what he had said. Too late. Olivia stood slowly. Watching me. Ethan said nothing. She looked at him. Who are you really, Ethan? He couldn't answer. Because Olivia already knew. And what Ethan didn't realize was that she had known his secret from the beginning. She had known his real name. She had known about the task force. She had known about his mission. And she had deliberately allowed him to get close. Because she had a secret of her own. Her father had left behind a hidden file containing one sentence. If Ethan Cole ever comes back, trust him. But Olivia didn't know why. And she was determined to find out. Because the man sent to target her had become the one person she trusted most. And neither of them yet understood that someone else had been watching them the entire time. Olivia stood completely still. Who are you really, Ethan? The question hung between them. Ethan could hear the rain beginning to tap against the windows. For several seconds, he considered lying. He had lied before. It was part of the job. But lying to Olivia suddenly felt different. He looked at her and realized something that frightened him more than any mission ever had. He didn't want to lose her. My name isn't Ethan Cole, he finally said. Olivia's expression barely changed. I know. He froze. You know? Yes. How? She walked toward a cabinet and pulled out a black folder. She placed it on the table. Ethan opened it. His own photograph stared back at him. Underneath, it were pages of classified information. His real identity. His military history. His undercover assignments. His resignation. Everything. He looked up. How long? 3 years. His face hardened. You've known for 3 years? I found this after my father died. She turned another page. There was a photograph of you. Ethan stared at it. Why would your father have my photograph? That is what I've been trying to understand.